Have you ever had this problem where your browser has dozens, sometimes more than 100 tabs open, but you still do not want to close them? Not because every tab is useful right now, but because you are not sure if you will find it again later. That is basically why I built Tab Clean, a Chrome extension for managing tabs and tab groups. In this video, I want to talk about the product, but also the vibe coding process behind it. The reason I needed this is pretty simple. I usually work across several projects at the same time. Each project leaves behind documents, dashboards, GitHub pages, API docs, linear issues, product references, and a bunch of random research tabs. I do use Chrome tab groups, but the problem is that once a group becomes useful, I become afraid to close it. If I close it, will I remember what was inside? Will I be able to recover the context quickly? My MacBook Pro is an M3 machine with 16 gigs of memory, which is not bad. But once Docker is running, plus a lot of tabs sitting in memory all day, the machine starts feeling tight very quickly. Bookmarks help a little, but traditional bookmark folders are too deep and too slow to browse. What I wanted was simpler. If I close a tab group, that group should still be visible somewhere, cleanly organized and easy to restore later. The initial idea came after I saw another extension called Tab Out. I liked the general direction. It made sense to treat closed tab groups as something you can come back to, instead of something that disappears from your working memory. But it was not exactly the workflow I wanted. So I did what developers often do. I decided to build my own version, shaped around the way I actually use the browser. The development process was not as smooth as it may look from the outside. The first version was mostly about reading data from the native Chrome APIs and storing it in a local database. That sounds straightforward, but synchronization is where a lot of edge cases showed up. I also do not think AI is magic here. I use AI heavily, and I write much less code by hand now, but I still need to make decisions about architecture, framework choices, data flow, and code quality. Most of the work was not just asking an agent to build something. It was breaking the work into small steps, checking the output, correcting the direction, and building a workflow where codecs and other tools could produce code that I would actually ship. After a lot of iteration and a final week of focused polishing, Tab Clean became something I felt comfortable releasing. So this is Tab Clean. You can find it on the Chrome Web Store by searching for Tab Clean. The core feature is simple. When you close tab groups, they can still be shown clearly in the extension, and you can restore them when you need them again. The basic features are free. Later, I plan to add some paid advanced features, but the main goal is still to make tab recovery and tab group management feel lightweight. On the topic of paid tools, I know a lot of people prefer free tools, especially developer tools. But my experience is that if a tool really saves time and reduces mistakes, it is worth paying for. I pay for Claude Code and GPT myself. I have also tried cheaper model setups before, and the result was not worth it. The automation looked impressive at first, but the code quality was unstable, and I ended up paying for it with extra debugging time. That changed how I think about tools. Saving money on the tool itself can become expensive if it creates more rework. My view on vibe coding is also a bit more practical now. I have tried a lot of so-called powerful agent tools and parallel coding workflows. I have also built some of my own automation around codecs. The conclusion is not that one tool is always the best. The important thing is whether the workflow fits how you think, how you review code, and how you ship products. Online demos often make it look like a model or a plugin can create a finished product in one step. But a demo is very different from a product that can pass review, handle permissions, support payments, and deal with small user-facing details. As developers, we are usually better at building than distributing. I have felt that myself. So now I am trying to focus less on trend-driven demos and more on real problems that I personally understand. This is my first real product sharing video, and it took me longer to record than I expected. If you also struggle with too many tabs and tab groups, You can search for Tab Clean on the Chrome Web Store and try it. If you have feedback, I would be happy to hear it. In the next video, I will talk more specifically about the semi-automated codex workflow I use for development. See you next time.